Dude, our sharp type of NTN and Trap News Network. We back and say like, click, crack, and say, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at TN Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. That good knowledge, though. You ain't finna get nobody's college, though. Big dog, tap in with that tap in. And make sure you tap in with that tap in. And make sure you tap in with that good tap in. When you tap in with that tap in, if you ain't tapped in with the tap in, what are you really doing, big dog? You want to tap in with the tap in. You feel me? You feel me? Like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at TN Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. That good knowledge, though. You ain't finna get nobody's college, though. Big dog, tap in with that. You feel me? You feel me? Hit that subscribe button. Become part of the Drip Trapper Mafia. Hit that notification bell at the top. Hit all say tapped in for the latest and the greatest. What we got going on here at TN Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. That good knowledge, though. You ain't finna get nobody's college, though. You feel me? You feel me? Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell at the top. Hit all say tapped in for the latest and the greatest. What we got going on here at TN Trap News Network. You feel me? You feel me? 20,000 subscribers on this page, you're gonna get away $100. 10,000 on the new page, you're gonna get away another $100. Make sure y'all get into that. If you ain't got into that, we want to give big love, big shout out to Rap News and Street Politics, man. I just hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all follow them. The unfinished war between the Rolling 60s and the 40s. Bricc baby versus 4XTRAZ. Let's get into this content without no further ado or don't see what we got going on. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Because ain't no 40s coming to the 60s pushing no issues. So Rolling 60s. Ain't near 40 coming to the 60s with no type of drama on 6 so. Because ain't no 40s coming to the 60s pushing no issues. So Rolling 60s. Ain't near 40 coming to the 60s with no type of drama.
4XTRAZ is Spotty Face all here.
It's me and Spotty Face all here. You know already. It's on my ear. Bricc already know.
How y'all feel? Good. Sissies. However they feel. Go for West Side 40s. Get a darkest slide, nigga.
Oh, yeah, off the back. Like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't used to getting that type of energy from people. It's usually different. So he was kicking it.
That's how they allowed him to start Crip Alley, though, because he had to know
there
the
was
right.
no Crip Alley.
Rap News Street Politics, the best hood channel on YouTube, and we back about to shine a light on what's really going on behind the scenes between 4XTRAZ.
Now, for those of y'all who don't know, the 40s and the 60s have had a very crazy history, friends turned enemies, enemies turned friends, blah, blah, blah. When I was growing up, you know what I'm saying, I'm 35. When I was in Audubon, class of 2003, all my homies was from 60s, was from 40s, was from BPS, was from Jungle Stones, was from West Boulevards in there, some niggas from 30s. And, you know, when we would walk home, you know, the homies from Jungles would bank their way towards the Crenshaw Mall. The homies from 30s would keep, you know, sliding up Crenshaw, you know, kind of going towards, you know, that area, you know what I'm saying, going towards Jefferson and all that kind of stuff. But all of us who lived in the 60s and the 40s would all mob together, you know what I'm saying? And we just kind of like bailed through the avenues. And the 40s are stopping their side, the kids who lived in the 50s are stopping their side, the kids who live in the 60s are stopping their side. And that was just kind of how it went. I never would have thought in a million years that I would have seen any kind of back and forth 1-2 step like Sierra between the 60s and the 40s, because at one point in time they were so close, it was damn near like one hood.
Bricc baby, and some other individuals that's inserting themselves into this situation that's going on at No Jumper. Now, most recently, we've seen the situation that transpired involving 4XTRAZ, a.k.a. Lil Gotti from Dark Side Neighborhood 40 Crip, Bricc baby, a.k.a. Lil Shitty from Neighborhood Rolling 60 Crip, the Overhills, and some catalysts such as Munchie B from 9 Deuce Singlewood Family, CMT, and Baby B Brazy from 109 Denver Lane Gangsta Bloods, off Fig. Now, to catch everybody up to speed, we know 4XTRAZ.
Hey, I like this dude, man. Rap News, I like bro. Bro is very...
Has been speaking a lot about his fades when he behind them walls in the county.
What enemy dorm was this?
That was the Hoover dorm. He was like, oh, what? You know how many? 10? Bring them all. They brought 10.
10 Hoover dudes, back to back to back.
It don't matter. It's either you tripping or you not. Whatever which one you doing is on you. I'm tripping. I'm from West Side 40s and I'm tripping.
As well as speaking about running into his enemies in the Baby Stone Gorillas, in the Crenshaw Mall, amongst other things that have to do with his gang banging. And we've seen a lot of people, predominantly the Damus, bring his situations into question. And it's kind of bubbled up to the point where we see Munchie B from Inglewood Family sit down with Bricc baby, Adam, and Conrad from Neighborhood Rolling 6.
Which is a huge step because, again, these dudes are bitter enemies. Once upon a time, these dudes would have been trying to unalive each other and now they are sitting down and they politic and they have conversations. That's a positive. That's definitely a positive. However, when you have the people like 4XTRAZ who are committed to their cripping, he ain't going for it. He ain't peace treating publicly with no enemies like that. But somebody did bring up the situation of him working with Skip Townsend. So I don't know. Politics are always gonna be selective, bro. That's just what I've learned. If you want everybody to politic the same and want what goes for the goose to go for the gander, you looking in the wrong place, bro. Politics will never be anything outside of unfair.
60s. Of course, Adam's not from 60s. And we see 4XTRAZ kind of make a response to that.
And I'm from Vernon Avenue, Crip on neighborhood Crip. I'm not about to get up here and show my little homies like it's cool, nigga, to talk to enemies, nigga, to be on TV to get some lights or to get some things. I'm not doing that. And I want to say one thing too on here, on the dead homies, for sure, on Westside Rolling, because I'm from 30s to the 100s to the East Coast to the main streets, on Rolling Gang, bro. My homies, I don't get up here and talk about my homies. You don't see me get up here and I ain't never talked about my homies in my car. I don't do that because I'm a firm believer in my hood, in my car, and in my homies. And I feel all my homies, bro, that got platforms that's around here, bro, we should never ever get up here and talk about our homies, bro, or conversate with an enemy.
Conversate is not a word. Conversate is the word you were looking for. But you know, it's funny that 4XTRAZ said that because I get a lot of slack. I get a lot of slack for not talking bad about certain people. But I've said from the beginning, the homies ain't content. I said it from the very beginning. The homies is not content. I will not use any of my friends or any of my constituents or any of my allies or any of my whatevers to make content, bro. That's just not going to happen. That's ugly.
All my homies, bro, that got platforms that's around here, bro, we should never ever get up here and talk about our homies, bro, or conversate with an enemy about.
Conversate. But converse is actually the word. But conversate was the word he was looking for. But converse is actually the word. Don't worry about it. Words are hard.
Our homies, bro, and talk about the homies, bro, with the next person, with an enemy. Because the enemy is always going to downplay his enemy.
Now, the key thing is with this is the underlying issues that's really at play here, opposed to what's being shown to us on the camera. And it's really stemming from this unfinished war between them neighborhood rolling 40s and them rolling 60s. I just got to keep it real. Now, over the years in the city, we've seen a lot go on with both of these hoods. We've seen internal beefs. We've seen situations like the 40s beefing with the 30s, the 40s beefing with the 60s beefing with each other, and we've seen murders to show for that as well. But if you rewind it back a little bit to last year, when that situation transpired between DW Flame and Bricc, baby,
Now, never mind. If certain things ain't for me to say. I will say this though. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. And if you know, you know, you know. And if you know, you know. It's interesting for me to see 4XTRAZ and a potential conflict with Bricc, baby, if you know the history of 4XTRAZ in the streets. And that's interesting as well, if you know, you know. I'll wait for one of these high-ranking, super banged-out gangbangers to talk about it, then I'll follow up on it. But, you know, sometimes to know everything is to know nothing at all. I'll say all that to say this. It's interesting watching it all play out on No Jumper when you know the history of these people in the streets.
individuals was really pressing Bricc, baby, and DW Flame. Now, DW Flame, being from Insane Crip, that's neither here nor there in this situation. Even though the Insanes is pushing the gangster car, we've seen Spody Face say they not beefing with they hood, even though they pushing a 3. It's not about.
Which is interesting too, because the Insanes, specifically the babies, will push blank bashing. Blank bashing is they for sure heavy on the blank bashing, even though it ain't no neighborhoods in Long Beach. It ain't no neighborhood Crips in Long Beach, but the baby Insanes is heavy on the blank bashing. So it's an interesting situation. And DW Flame is from babies.
Out that. But we seen Spody Face and 4XTRAZ really want to press a line and get down to the bottom of why Bricc, baby, let that situation
And free Spody Face, man.
transpire the way it did with seemingly no repercussions.
Because I'm 40 neighborhood Crip. So you mean to tell me you sit up there and let the Flame tell you to your face, to pass him in, you not feel no certain type of ways about it. Don't say nothing, don't do nothing. On the dead homies, keep neighborhood out your chops, bro. If you from 40s, you would have a gang of issues right now. Dead homies, the 6-0s need to put you off immediately. And don't try to smut Crip back out now that Cuz in the pen and he just kept it a buck. Because everything Cuz said was right. You did some buster ass shit. Nigga. If Cuz was all that, why was you vouching for Cuz? Why was you with Cuz every day? Why did you just send Cuz some bread? Like, that don't even make no sense what you're saying. I'm just trying to save face because you did some buster dead homies. You got that energy towards Crip Mac and that energy towards Flame. And Cuz, this is set in your face. And you don't have none of that energy to go towards Cuz. So why you trying to get that Crip Mac like that on 40 neighborhood Crip? You on a...
That will forever be a stain on Bricc Baby's report card. That'll forever be a stain on his jacket, and an ugly stain at that, because that's true. You got mad at Crip Mac, and you want to start saying he a buster, he turned down phase, he missed this, or he lost phase. He ain't turned down nothing, but he lost phase, he got beat up, and this and that, blah, blah. Nigga, where was your antennas when he was getting beat up? Nigga, where was your antennas when he was getting beat up? How your homie get beat up in front of you and you ain't do nothing?
Dead homies, stand on business. Keep the hood out your chops. Do it, not from neighborhood. Nope.
After Spody Face and 4XTRA pull up to No Jumper, and No Jumper run a bunch of reels on the situation, and the internet kind of went crazy, really in questioning Brick's gangster, Bricc came up and made some bold statements in regards to the 40s and the 60s, saying the 40s don't run a program in the 60s, which is very true. They do not. But when you pay attention, you can see the level of animosity that was really behind the statements that Bricc Baby was making. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people from both of them hoods that get along, 40s and the 60s. And when they behind the walls, they for sure is neighborhood to the neighborhood. But there is still individuals who will never let the beef die between the 40s and the 60s. And to keep it real, it's a lot of the young life that's repping the hardest sides in both of those hoods, being the dark side and that gutter Ave, dime block, and front hood section of them rolling 60s. Now, we know the whole recent situation that transpired that 4XTRA was speaking on was about Bricc sitting down with a member from families. Now, we're going to get to that, and we're going to get to those implications, but we got to go a little bit deeper on this love-hate relationship between the 40s and the 60s. Now, like I said, both of these dudes is from notorious hoods.
But you know what's interesting, too? I've heard people from both sides say, you can get into it with the 6-0s, but you don't get into it with me. You get into it with the 40s, but you don't get into it with me. But meanwhile, they into it with each other. It's like brothers. You can talk about, I can talk about my brother, but you can't talk about your brother. And it's crazy because cousins, brother, like, niggas is all families from the 40s and the 60s, bro. Like, it ain't one hood, but it could have been one big ass hood, bro. The 40s and the 60s could have been one big ass hood. Like, I don't know, it would have been called, I don't even want to say nothing because everybody get super offended by everything, so I don't want to say nothing. But the 40s and the 60s, again, the way I grew up, being 35, you know what I'm saying, born in 1989, the 40s and the 60s for sure could have been one super big ass hood that just would have dominated South Central.
But
dominated South Central, especially maintaining the 30s to the 100s alliance and the neighborhood. Oh my God. If the 6-0s and the 40s would have been one gang, it would have been sticky. Unstoppable, bro. Like, and a lot of people gonna be mad when I say, but that's a fact, bro. If them two gangs would have been one hood, oh, it would have been unstoppable, bro.
Key thing is, 4XTRA and Bricc Baby have
niggas from gutters and darks all from the same hood. Oh boy, that shit would have been crazy.
A little bit more in common than we all may know.
Ooh, look at him. Look at this guy. Bricc, I just told this nigga, get on here, cuz. I just told this nigga right here, cuz.
Hey, man.
I'm on this nigga right here, cuz.
I don't know what I did. He won't tell me. He won't tell me.
Act like it's popular to be from neighborhood.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hey, by the looks of things, I wasn't wrong.
Now, what's been televised is really Bricc Baby's issues with his homies in the 60s. And we all have heard the sayings about the 60s getting down on each other, doing each other dirty, which is not new to any hood. I'm going to keep it real. It's just not the 60s, and that's not a main motto of the 60s like some people are trying to push. But it's relevant. But we've also seen a situation with 4XTRA.
This is one thing that's true. Any neighborhood, if there's a haves and a have-nots. The have-nots will always hate on the haves. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with gang. It has nothing, whatever. If you got somebody who got, you got somebody who don't got. But don't gotta always be mad at the God.
having internal problems
I say all that to say niggas kill each other from the niggas from the same hood kill each other every day across the world, B.
in his hood as well. But before we say that, we've seen 4XTRA keep it solid in that situation. So 4XTRA, Lil Gotti, real name Rasan Trayvon Bingham. June 16, 2016, there was an individual named Davon Carr, presumably from neighborhood Rolling 40s.
Damn, this nigga knows everything. I didn't know he knew about. Oh shit. It's finna get tricky.
Who was really just on a string of putting in work. Now, all that work wasn't done on the enemies. He seemingly was popping at people and had his name surrounding 3 different shootings in 3 different parts of the city. But on this day, June 16, 2016, it was said that 4XTRA, again, Rasan Bingham, was shot while he was driving his car and crashed into a light pole. It was said the folks recovered 3 .40 caliber shell casings, presumably trying to take 4XTRA out. Now, when he was taken to the hospital, of course, he was questioned by the police, and we seen 4XTRA keep it solid. Didn't say a thing. Even though he had an internal beef with somebody from his hood that he know who he allegedly had threatened and said that he was going to take out, it seemed like Davon Carr beat him to it, ended up pulling up to 4XTRA's spot and popping him in the whip. Now, there was an informant on this case, a dude referred to by the initials DE. He testified that Davon Carr had indeed shot 4XTRA. But with 4XTRA not making a statement, the case was dismissed on Davon Carr. And if y'all go back to that first Crip report card that we dropped, these are the things that went into 4XTRA grade. This is what we was talking about with this top tier Crip. Nobody's talked about this, but it showed right here in the paperwork, this dude kept it solid even when he knew somebody shot him. And the same goes for Bricc Baby when he was shot. Now, we don't know if that...
Nah, that's the thing. When you get hit and you land in a hospital bed, they gonna come and start asking you all kind of questions. Why you under the medication? Why you in pain? The only right answer is no answer.
Had anything to do with his homies, I doubt it. But that right there just shows that both of these individuals, not only do they have turmoil and beef between other hoods in their section, but they also got it in their own hood, or at one point did with 4XTRA. With Bricc Baby, we see it's a little more recent. We done seen his homies say Bricc Baby wasn't from Rolling 60s no more. He's a podcaster at No Jumper. He not from the hood no more.
There is no Bricc Baby from Rolling 60s.
You said what? There no pulling up to No Jumper. We pulling up.
I said that there is no Bricc Baby from Rolling 60s because it's a No Jumper podcaster.
We done seen Bricc Baby respond and say, you know, it's a love.
Well, that's not a bad thing because Bricc Baby is a podcaster at No Jumper. Shitty is the Crip from Rolling 60s. Same person, 2 different moods.
Hey, situation, them as my brothers. I love them dudes and they love me. But we done also seen Bricc Baby turn the cheek and say, none of them dudes was there when he got shot. Nobody slid on the dudes that popped him. His main homies, his starting 5, his block wasn't there when he felt them shells.
And on 6-0, to my homeboys, like my collective homeboys, because I'm going to put it like this. I give a fuck about y'all, but I don't give a fuck about your opinion, cause on the dead homies, nigga, I done been shot twice, nigga. Where was the meetings at? Where was the DPs for the niggas that wasn't sliding, nigga, when I got shot? It's the same niggas out here, nigga. On the dead homies for my age group, it's the same niggas out here, nigga. You niggas not really my homeboys, nigga. You niggas didn't slide with me. If I would have died, nigga, I would have died, nigga. And you niggas wouldn't have never slid for a nigga. I got to see who...
That is a very, very deep realization when you are gangbanging. And you commit your life to this, and you go against your family, and you go against your friends, and you commit everything to this hood, to this situation, and then something happens to you, and just no love back from the squad. Like that's a very deep realization.
My real homeboys was. So nigga, outside of the immediate circle, and nigga, if you niggas was with me when I got shot and didn't slide, nigga, that cancel y'all too, nigga.
So we see these love-hate relationships. But like I said, more recently, it's been Bricc Baby who's been under scrutiny a lot more, especially since he came on No Jumper. And that still holds true today. Now, as of lately, between the 2 hoods, the 40s seemingly have a very strong movement that's going on right now. They got a lot of members that's kind of moving in unison.
Rolling in unison would probably be the more appropriate term, but don't worry about it. Gang references are hard. Don't worry about it.
And if I gotta keep it real, what we seeing from them 60s, certain things seem like they falling apart. If you take a step back and look at it, you got dudes.
Okay, so this nigga's not from 60s. This nigga right here, that's my crazy retarded special ed cousin Christopher Loveboys. He not from 60s. He has something going on right now, and his mind ain't going the way it needs to go and all that kind of stuff. So we not like that's not it. And the dude Turtle, he who speaks slow, loose coochie lips, loose cannon. Yeah, he not from 60s neither. You feel me? So we not using them for examples.
It's like 600 and loose cannon going publicly against their OGs in Big U. And them dudes not even reputable. They not even on that. They not like that. They really making the shit look watered down. And there's been no reprimands for their actions.
Well, here's the thing too. You can't reprimand somebody who you can't find. There's that. You can't reprimand somebody who you can't find, who stays out the way, who goes live at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then like 7 o'clock in the morning when little kids are asking you, can you please open up the gate? You can't really do anything with that. You know what I'm saying? He's like the hide and seek world champion. You feel me?
Now the rappers have to have. Use a rap.
Them cheap cigars, bro. Them cheap cigars.
Over. Big user snitch, rap, call it what you want. He made a statement on Eddie Boy. He got down on Eddie Boy. You know what I'm saying? This nigga been harboring rats for years, nigga.
That's it.
Okay, you break it down. What is this?
FaceTime between me and Big U.
That we've already discovered was obviously a fake.
And was this any particular FaceTime call?
No, you know the FaceTime call 30 minutes before.
Right. So we're still pushing that line.
No, we ain't really pushing that line. It's just, you know, it was just a gift, a souvenir, because that's what got all this talking.
Okay. So let's just...
They publicly is going against their homies and turning this shit into a game while repping Rolling 60s. You got Bricc baby under scrutiny for everything that he got going on with his homies. We done spoke on it. Now, I had to sit down with myself and really say, man, you know, Bricc is going through a maturation process is what it seemed like to me. I got to keep it real. You know, he's in a liminal space right now where it's like he's still the street.
Hey, I like this nigga. Good vernacular, big dog, because words are typically hard. I like this nigga. This, was it Rapping Street Politics? What was this one again? Yeah, rap news and street politics. I like that vernacular, big dog. I like the way you... Okay, I see what you did there, because typically words are hard. I respect the education, big dog.
Nigga, he's still the thug, but he also is trying to get on a new path, a new career.
For sure.
But when you politicking, man, this is what you get. You get indecision, and you got niggas that's calling you on that indecisiveness. But can we fault them? That's for...
Yeah, that's true. Now, if you're going to pick a side, you got to pick a side. Like here at TNN Trap News Network, we publicly don't associate ourselves with Crip niggas, Blood niggas, SAs, Asians, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, White boys, Jamaicans, Latin King disciples, Viceroy, Haitians, Power Roots, Hoovers, Norteños, Torenos, Hells Angels, Mongols, watching. Shout out to the SOS and the ABCs. I believe it was ABCs in Sacramento. Show a lot of love. But yeah, we just have chosen the side of coming in peace. You know what I'm saying? Can't teeter. It's hard when you teeter.
For y'all to judge in the comments on this video. But we've also seen other 40 and 60 members kind of bumping heads. I'm not going to say fully beefing, but like I said, this is what I mean by underlying issues.
How y'all feel, nigga? West Side 40s, nigga, the darkest streets, nigga, from Orlando Street, nigga. How y'all feel, nigga? Sissies, nigga, however they feel, nigga. Fuck up, nigga. I'm from West Side 40s, nigga, the darkest side, nigga. Old 40s, nigga. The PSA go out to all the O's, nigga. Old hood, fuck up, nigga. I'm from Dark Side 40s, nigga.
We done seen Hoodie Hood express his disdain for Bricc baby based on his antics at No Jumper. We done seen S-Bone and 600 get into...
Again, 600 just doesn't count. Like I get from his perspective why he would use it, but I'm here to tell you that he doesn't count. He does not count. He doesn't represent, that nigga don't represent nothing. Not even himself at this point. WACK represents him, so you're just gonna bypass this.
To it over alleged paperwork on S-Bone. And I have to say, S-Bone is also a member of Rolling 40s that was shot by his own homie in the 40s. So we see it's not all glitz and glamour in this neighborhood card. It's division, and this is what happens when you got two major hoods. But this is not new to every hood in the city. Every hood goes through this. But like we always speak about, we know the neighborhood card is disproportionately represented in the entertainment industry, and this is why we see more of it. This is why it hits closer to home. But one gotta ask, man, are the 60s falling apart due to their representation right now to the public eye?
I'm gonna say more than likely no, because their representation to the public eye doesn't represent who. It's a lot going on in that neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? You know, just check it out. Whenever you get a chance, just check it out.
You know, I can't speak about they
Whenever you got a moment, you ain't doing nothing, just go check it out.
whole hood. But I will say it does seem like there are some fractures due to lack of control, seemingly from their older homies. As we see these young dudes that's not even factors in Loose Cannon and 600.
They're nobodies. They're nobodies. And again, I understand how y'all let them. What you gonna do? Go sleep outside these niggas' houses and go set up a tent? Like, you can't stop anybody from doing anything. You know what I'm saying? I can get on the internet and do and say whatever I want to do. If I never come out of my house, there'll ultimately be no consequence for it.
This and they homies that done paved the way. Making fun of they homies. Something we not seeing on the other side in them 40s. But to go deeper into these issues, we gotta touch on the murders. And we gotta jump back all the way to 2008 when a member named Baby T Killer from Rolling 40s tried to kill a member from 60s and ended up.
He knows a lizard. Sheesh. All right, let's get into this
Hitting his homie. Now, it was a situation where they was at a party in West LA. You know, the party crews used to jump off. TK and his homies was a part of the party crew, and it said that Baby TK homie had got into it with the dude from 60s at a previous event. Now, I don't know the dude from 60s hood name, but witnesses testified that they knew that member was affiliated with the 60s, and they knew Baby TK or Aaron Mole was affiliated with the Rolling 40s. So when they met up at this party in West LA, January 12, 2008, Baby TK banged on the 6-0 affiliate, ended up whipping out and shooting his homie in the neck. He went on to say when he jumped back in the car with his folks that he missed, and he meant to hit the tall dude from 6-0. Now, all this was used against him by a female witness who ended up telling her high school counselor about the situation that transpired the previous weekend. Now, I'm sure this ain't the first one that really went down between the 40s and the 60s, but remember 2008, not too many years before this, the 40s was also beefing with the 30s. So I'm sure situations had transpired between these two hoods. But
that was another interesting one when the 30s and the 60s, the 30s and the 40s was getting into it. That was another real interesting one because, again, the 40s sit in between the 60s and the 30s, obviously, if you can count. But that's another group of dudes who, depending on what side of your neighborhood you lived in, y'all was like brothers. Y'all went the same way. Y'all lived in the same little neighborhoods. Y'all lived in the same apartment complexes. Y'all went to the same hamburger stands, liquor stores, so forth and so on. It's interesting to see the fallouts like this.
But this was the earliest documented murder that I can find with the paperwork on it. Then we fast forward to August 4th, 2013, which really lit a flame in the city with Edwin Van Joshua, a reputable member from Rolling 40s that was killed by a member from 60s. So it was another party, another function, this time off Western, in this neighborhood 111 and Block Crib section. Again, affiliates of that NAC card. Edwin.
And again, it's crazy too because all these are internal beefs. Like, these are not people coming in from the outside, creating mischief and creating problems. These are all dudes who essentially are from the same hood or affiliated with the same hood.
Joshua, who was a member from the dark side, got into a fight allegedly over a female with the member from 6-0. It said that Joshua beat dude up, and other many fights broke out between Joshua homies from 40s and the dude from 6-0 homies. Now, it said, as many times before, the dude from 6-0 grabbed the thing and ended up killing Joshua, shooting him several times on the scene. Another dude from 40s was also shot at this party, but didn't die. But again, this being August 4th, 2013, this really cracked it off. So 2 days after this, August 6th, we see the murder that I would say this one could or could not have been affiliated with the situation that transpired in the Hundreds. But a 54-year-old man was killed in Hyde Park, 60 Hood, 2 days after this killing of the Rolling 40 member on the 6200 block of Madden Avenue. Now, it said he was walking late night, about 11 o'clock. 2 men walked on him and blamed him right there. Again, 2 days after the situation. Now, later on in the month, 2 young dudes aged 16 and 18 would be the next 2 victims to drop in this Hyde Park Rolling 60 area, presumably as retaliation for the murder of Edwin Joshua. On August 27th.
And again, this is a situation that has since been remedied, but I can understand how it could be looked at as a cold war between these 2 neighborhoods right now. I love to see the unity and the peace overall between the 60s and the 40s, so please don't let this video make you think that these dudes are like rival, currently getting at each other and rivals, anything like that. This is the past and what happened, not the history of the right now and all that kind of stuff. So please don't, misunderstand the situation or misunderstand the message. And I definitely want to, big salute to the 60s and the 40s for being able to reconcile situations to, where they are now. Let's hopefully keep it that way.
Antonio Riley and Trayvon Jackson was both walking on 64th. In the middle of the day, it was still light outside. 4 o'clock, light colored sedan pulled up, and at least one person jumped out with that thing and ended up killing these 2 young men. Now, these murders weren't just concentrated in the Hyde Park area. A couple weeks after these 2 young dudes was killed, September 15th, 2013, Craig Metcalf, 36 years old, was killed on King Boulevard, Rolling 40 Hood, Vermont Square. Now, this was a late time hit. 1:30 in the morning, he was outside on King. And again, these are presumably thought to have been associated in this back and forth war between the 40s and the 60s, with it really jumping off right here. And 2 months after this, everything seemingly bubbled up when a 14-year-old named Elawanza Peebles was killed on 46th in Kansas. Again, in this neighborhood Rolling 40 territory. Now, it was said when members named Huck and Crafty both got killed in this war, that certain people stepped in and kind of calmed it down on both sides. But at that time...
And that's what I mean when I say, like, these neighborhoods are full of people who love each other and who've grown up with each other and all that type of shit. Again, it's 2 people who, yeah, our neighborhoods is at war, but bro, I ain't finna go against you. You ain't finna go against me. Let's figure out on my side. You gonna figure out on your side, and we gonna go from there.
It said that the dark side said it's beef forever. And when we look at it seemingly bubbled up when a 14-year-old named Elawanza Peebles was killed on 46th in Kansas. Again, in this neighborhood Rolling 40 territory. Now, it was said when members named Huck and Crafty both got killed in this war, that certain people stepped in and kind of calmed it down on both sides. But at that time, it said that the dark side said it's beef forever. And when we look at the lyrics and the music, and when dudes hanging out turning that camera on.
And keep in mind that 4XTRAZ is, I believe, from the darks. I could be wrong, but I believe he's from the darks.
We still see some people dissing. We seen Expo doing a lot of dissing. Just a couple years after these murders, 2017, 2018, we heard them early songs from Expo where he was pressing the gas on his Hyde Park enemies.
On the matter, doing the dash down Martin Luther, smoking some sticky icky. Pull up to the face with that mini Mac, make him hit it Ricky. Let him free 4-head-5, so we can pass a sissy. I'm a Vernon, not all sloss, and so on. For Nipsey, I don't fuck with you, the weapon, Danny Glover. I tip a faggot over, you a snitch. Undercover, never left. It's not for Fendi, it's for faggots. Pistol package, so snatching. Body bag and toe tagging. Catch a hoochie, you already know it's adios. Me and Gotti, knock him down just...
Yeah, I can see why Munchie B might not be too big of a fan of X4. If you heard that, you heard that. If you didn't, don't worry.
Like some dominoes, I'm important. Mr. 6OK, that's him. Thank you. Bones talking louder than that. Man, where y'all hide at? Tie up all them niggas on Slauson. We need our style back. And sissy niggas got they nerves. They like our little cousin. Sway niggas talk about birds, but they ain't fire nothing.
Back block, 2 stick, 60 shots, 2 niggas, extra out, what you about, dark game.
And again, this is why I'm strongly
Barnacles.
using this word underline, because we
Barnacles.
did see Expo with 4XTRAZ and Bricc Baby at the No Jumper studio. So the love and hate, it's a thin line right now, and we seeing it kind of bend. Is it gonna break? I can't say that. But to bring it back to recent times, we see 4XTRAZ and how he's talking with Bricc Baby. He's not happy about it, man. For the representation, for the same reason why we spoke highly of 4XTRAZ in that Crip report card, the representation. He's saying, I got homies, I got little homies out here that's looking up to me. He's still outside, he gotta lead his little homies. No matter what dudes is saying, no matter what people is agreeing with or not agreeing with his fade stories, whatever the case is, I think we can all agree that certain people in that hood, especially the young dudes, are looking up to him. And he's saying, I would never be sitting down with one of my enemies, in which we seen with Bricc Baby and Munchie B.
And that's where this whole thing stems from. The point in this video, I guess, stems from Munchie B and Bricc Baby sitting down having a 1-2 step like C.
Along with Conrad. So we see that the 40s and the 60s have a tumultuous history. That's nothing new.
But see, here's the thing too. They have a it's a tumultuous history, that's for sure. But there's a lot of love before that. There was a lot of love before that. My bad. There's a lot of love before that. It's a lot of love, throughout the beef. Not everybody 100% participated in the beef. Some people was just like, hey man, we're not gonna get involved. We're not gonna blah 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 with you, bam, all this and all that, blah blah blah, all this and all that. And obviously, again, they were able to make peace. They were able to get over it. You know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna say 100% tumultuous because it's a lot of love there. It's a lot of dudes from that situation who still deal with each other, who still cool with each other, who still all that kind of stuff. You feel me?
They could be trying to patch it up, but things like this, these microaggressions, like 4XTRAZ and Spody Face popping up on Bricc Baby, Bricc Baby saying the 40s don't run nothing, Expo doing some dissing, Bricc Baby sitting down with Munchie B, letting Munchie B dispute 4XTRAZ's claims, somebody who's supposed to be the homie. Just to keep it real, that's like if me and my homie had an enemy and I sit down with the enemy and let the enemy talk shit about the homie and I laugh about it. Everybody watching this video right now would know that would be crossing the line. But this could be a part of Bricc Baby's maturation process where he's trying to separate himself from the true politics. And we know 4XTRAZ's not doing that. Not at this moment, not at this juncture. He still want a program. But now we got to shine the spotlight on the catalyst, Munchie B. Again, from 9 Deuce Inglewood family, Gangsta Bloods.
No. It just say when you set the bar here, they gonna expect you to take it there.
Yeah.
So he on Can Capone. He went in the dorm. He said, how many face? 10. And then I asked, who in here? What's the whole fuck? Yeah, give me all of them. Now everybody gonna expect all of them. You don't No Jumper with 5 million subscribers and saying that. So when you go back to jail, we expect to hear that.
Now I call Munchie B the catalyst because I think some people are really confusing him and kind of not understanding the role he's playing. We see Munchie B.
So are you saying that Munchie B is fanning the fires?
He on street TV. We seen him on his own channel with his homies. We seen him in Compton with Cross Atlantic looters, some Crips in Compton. We seen that whole situation. And we seen him on No Jumper multiple times. We seen him with Spotter Low. No matter who we see Munchie B with, whether it's Crip or Blood, what I think these Crip niggas is kind of not understanding is Munchie B is forever going to be
that nigga's a super blood.
A blood. No,
that nigga Munchie B, that nigga's a blood.
No matter which way you cut it, how you say it, Munchie B is always gonna represent and favor his homies. You see how it went up when BZ Santana called him cuz. He wasn't going for it. He's not past that.
Bro, what's over there? It might be a little bit of
He
something.
tried to hand you the deer juice.
Here, cuz.
No, ain't no more. Ain't no more. It's gone, dog.
He got one. He got one.
Me. Busy.
My bad. I should have grabbed 2 bottles, man. I only grabbed 1 bottle.
But you got to get used to that with me. I ain't gonna lie, cuz. Nah, nigga, I ain't gonna blood you, don't cuz. Man, you could blood me. Nah, but I ain't on that what you on. I'm a constant crit. Nigga, I'ma say cuz no matter what. It don't matter what you let a nigga do. That's what I'ma do. Nigga. That's what I'ma do. I'm a crip, nigga. I'm a Compton crip, nigga. Yeah. Bro, y'all doing too much. We get on camera. We good. We Gucci. We Gucci, bro.
Hey, hold on. Shout out to Facts Not Fiction with a hundo on the Nellas.
I'm from Santana, and that's it. But why you keep saying that? Munchie, let that shit go.
That nigga Munchie B like, but why you keep saying that though? What we on?
Wait, y'all stop. Wait.
So it's like when he go and sit down with dudes like Bricc Baby at No Jumper, he really just behind enemy lines. And this is what 4XTRAZ is talking about Bricc Baby making that neighborhood card look watered down and goofy, because this man is still a full participant in the politics with his hood. We see Munchie B countless times defend his set, an unwavering defense of his set and his homies, which is how we even got to this situation. All of a sudden, we see a major blood movement counteracting 4XTRAZ stories, seemingly spearheaded by Munchie B. And I think that's where some people...
Damn, Munchie B, you a double agent, bro? You a double agent? Munchie B, you a double agent, bro? You playing... Are you infiltrating to cause destruction and terror?
...is getting it wrong. Munchie B isn't past the politicking. And I think Bricc Baby is. And it makes it even crazier because Conrad was there too. So you have people on the outside looking in like, man, what's going on with the 60s with this being their #1 enemy and they sitting down at the table? An active enemy. I don't care what people say about his eyesight or not, he's still active. And when he was talking to Bricc Baby, he was low-key aggressive, especially in his breakdown of the so-called Crip Alley, the module that 4XTRAZ said he flipped.
I guess 4XTRAZ saying
He probably just had Denver.
just one of the tiers, or let's just say Denver, he turned to Crip Alley. Right?
Yeah.
All right. I don't believe there was no Crip Alley. Like
I just don't, but I feel like he probably did have all the, because he said all the homies was in one row, so it felt like he had a tier.
What, neighborhood Crips?
No, just Crips.
And this is where Bricc Baby messed up right here with 4XTRAZ and where politics go bad, because you ain't supposed to sit there and let a blood talk anything about your homie in front of you without busting your 1-2 step like Sierra having. I ain't saying he's supposed to reach across the table or whatever like that, but you couldn't have spoke about a blood like that in front of Munchie B without Munchie B having a verbal, backlash ready for you.
He didn't say it was neighborhood alley. He said it was Crip Alley. Crips from everywhere.
I believe the Crips was already there. He didn't put that together because it would have been a gang of neighborhoods though. Use your common sense, bro. For real.
Now, who do I think lying? I can't say. I don't know. I wasn't there. But Munchie B is standing on bullshit. It's not happening. He didn't do it. We all know what 4XTRAZ said he did. And in that situation, we got Baby B Brazy from Denver Lane Gangsta Bloods. Now, I think some people kind of misconstrued Baby B Brazy take on the fight with 4XTRAZ. And if you listen to him very closely, he didn't say he knocked 4XTRAZ out, but the basis of all his statements that he made when he was talking was that 4XTRAZ didn't knock him out. 4XTRAZ didn't have his way with him. And then some people took the part where he said 4XTRAZ, his face was bloody and he made himself visible to the COs with his face being bloody, kind of insinuating, what they said Greedo did when he ran up out the module. But listen closely, He was
That's an insinuation of dry snitching.
saying they was locking, they was both hanging, and they seemingly was both doing their shit. He said he banked them up, and whether you win or lose out of a fight, you could still be bleeding. But B Brazy said, in the midst of them fighting, you know, it's a lot of adrenaline running. They cracking, they going multiple rounds, and 4XTRA kind of like in the moment saying to the COs like, nah, it's good, we good. Not that he ran banging on the door, you know, trying to get up out the spot.
This nigga walked to the door. While the police coming to the door, his whole shit was bleeding. The police knocking on the door, hey, what y'all here doing? He walked to the door with his whole shit bleeding, leaking, I swear to God, with his shirt off, nigga, and told the police nothing, we good. Come on, man, duh, nigga. Police like, oh, man, you gotta go on the hood. If the police would have got him, one of us would have died in that day room, because all he do is talk, nigga. Even while we fight, nigga, after every round, nigga, he talking about, oh, I like you, whoop, nigga, all this shit, you know what I'm saying, nigga.
So I don't think he was necessarily trying to mark 4XTRA out at that time. I know a lot of videos have been released on his...
It don't sound like you're trying to mark him out, and I said it once, I'm going to say it twice. It just sounds like just telling the story of what happened.
Yeah, where, you know, he's basically saying that 4XTRA is just putting a lot on it. And this nigga name is 4XTRA. I think that's what a lot of people are saying. They want him to stop with the extras. Is he putting extras on it? I don't know. But I think what B Brazy was saying is he did his shit when they caught they fade. Not that anybody was knocked out, but it seemed to be a good-ass fade. That's it. He wasn't a marking. And he called 4XTRA out, he said. And this takes us to another situation with P4K from the Baby Stone Gorillas.
Now, yeah, if y'all haven't seen that one, you know what I'm saying, check out the video I did on that. That was absolutely barnacles. That young man's on his way to the penitentiary, sliding around his enemy neighborhood, allegedly, all allegedly. Maybe not with Yankee Doodle looking for a problem. That young man right there, you know, who just...
4XTRA and Spody Face claim to have ran into these...
See, here's the thing, too. They never claim to have ran in... Okay, so here's the story. Follow me on this. There's this kid who's from the jungles. He's not a gang member. He just is from the community of Baldwin Village. You know what I'm saying? Baldwin Hills, excuse me. And, you know, there's that. He just grew up in the jungles, but he's not a gang member. That is who ran into 4XTRAs and Spody Face at the mall. And he made it seem like he was a part of the Baby Stone Gorillas, and he was lying, and he wasn't. So that kid has since had his feet whooped. Big got beat up. And he's apologized. He's going online and making clear and all that kind of stuff that it wasn't him. And I don't think the message has gotten back to 4XTRAs and Spody Face that they never did, in fact, run into the official Baby Stone Gorillas, just maybe somebody who was impersonating a Baby Stone Gorilla. So in 4XTRA's mind, yes. In the Baby Stone Gorilla's mind, no, all because somebody told a lie.
Dudes.
Down the thing on a dead homie, we come down the elevator. It's a group.
Elevator, words are hard. There's no, don't worry. Elevator, don't worry about it. Words are hard.
Like little kids, one tall one, and like 3 or 4 little.
Because you would know the young man P4. He has a big, on his face. It's like it's really big. You wouldn't know.
What's the name, little ones? So when we went down the thing, you know what I'm saying? I'll be banking. You get what I'm saying? We go down the thing. They all in the group. I'm like, who's these niggas? So soon as we get down, they're like, oh, what up? I'm like, where you from? Where y'all niggas from? They're like, oh, we on bang. No, 4XTRA's like off the back. I'm like, oh, on the dead homies. I thought y'all niggas bang. Dead homies, I'm on one. They're like, nah, nigga. Like, nah, nigga, off the back. Like, nigga, we your fans. Can we, like, what's the name? I'm like, yeah, what up, fool? You know what I'm saying? I shook all their hands. You know what I'm saying? There was a female with them. Shook their hands. They like, yeah, nigga, I just watch your interview off the back. I'm like, yeah, off the back. You know, we all saying off the back and shit. We all saying that.
We all saying off the back and shit. I'm off the back. He off the back. I'm off the back. We all saying off the back. It's off the back.
4XTRA, this is for you. P4K, BSG. You ain't never seen me in your motherfucking life. So what make you go on?
So he never said, like, again, misconception. It's just all a misunderstanding. This is an unnecessary beef because this is a misunderstanding.
The internet and say that you seen us in a mall, man to man, young nigga to old man. What makes you go on the interview and say you ran into us, knowing you? I can't even say us.
Now, do I think they ran into P4K, 5 Much, Top 5, and E-Killer? I don't. I think one of the main arguments that sticks the best is these dudes all got these eye busters. Now, we seen some questionable activity between P4K and 5 Much at that courthouse when some dudes, I don't know if they was from 30s or West Boulevard, some dudes wanted some words with them. You know, it just didn't look good. But do I think they ran into 4XTRA or 4XTRA ran into them with Spody Face at the mall? No. Do I think they ran into some affiliates, some Young Life affiliates from BPS? Yes, I do. And some dudes that may have been in one of their music videos, you know, just some dudes in the area. But again, if you know that mall, that's right outside their hood. It's only 2-3 hoods that's going to be there. The 40s, BPS, more than likely BPS, and then the 30s. Nobody else going to that weak-ass mall. It ain't nothing.
Yeah, that's facts. It ain't nothing in the Crenshaw Mall at all. Like that, y'all, the 30s, the 40s, and the BPS, that's it. Because everybody else going to the Fox. But niggas don't even go to the Fox no more, for real, for real.
In there. So I can't say that 4XTRA was lying about that. I do believe he ran into some real young affiliates. And I think that Baby Stone Gorilla name just got tossed around as young dudes being from BPS. But I don't think he ran into any of their 4 members from that group. But either way, man, we know Inglewood family, the 60s and the 40s, have a lot of beef. You know, we're not going to dive into all the murders from IFG to 6-0s and the 40s. That's a whole nother video because it still gets cracking between them hoods. Even though there has been some sort of a ceasefire between Inglewood family and the 60s in the last couple years. This is what
big shout out to those dudes for being able to put words over whoopies. Congratulations to the 6-0s and to the IFs for being able to, you know, come to some sort of understanding and agreement where at least the kids is able to make it to the parks and schools and all that kind of stuff without it constantly being terror. You feel me?
why 4XTRA is seemingly not feeling Bricc Baby amongst the other issues that they have between the 40s and the 60s. But y'all, let us know what y'all think about this whole...
All right, man, so we finna get up out of here, man. Big shout out to Rap Street News Politics. And if you ain't joined that boy's page, excuse me, that man's page, my bad, I don't mean to be disrespectful. If you ain't tapped in with that man, make sure you tapped in with that man. Like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe. We up out here to the next one. Y'all know the deal, man. It's Free Avenue Angel till he's free. We gone.